an artist and want to create high quality art prints of your paintings? In this video, I'm going to share with you my 3 steps on how to photograph your art, prepare files for print, and choose a printer to achieve the best results. Photographing your art. Take the painting outside on a bright day. If it is sunny, avoid direct light from the sun. Put your art piece in the shadows. Direct sunlight will affect your colors and may create a lot of burns on your photos, so we really want to avoid that. On a cloudy day, you can shoot anywhere. You can use a tripod or take photos from your hand. Use the best quality camera you have. If the lighting is good, most cameras will do. For all of my photos, I'm using Canon EOS M50 Mark II with lens 15 to 45 millimeters. Put your camera in a manual mode. Put your ISO as low as possible. The best is 100, but some cameras start from 200. Going higher with the light sensitivity can cause a lot of noise on your photos. Close the aperture up to at least 10-11. We want our image to be sharp, and this will depend your focus area. Stand far from your painting and use zoom in your lens. The wider the lens is, the more distortion there is on a photo. We want to use at least 40 millimeters to get the best results. The best are starting with 50, but my lens is only up to 45, so this is what I am using. Do your best to take the photo perpendicularly to the painting. Make sure your art is in focus. Take a few photos of each piece to have something to choose from. I'm shooting all of my photos in RAW mode, so I have the best quality for post-production. Make sure to clean your lens before you start shooting. Post-production. Once we have all of the photos taken, we can prepare our files for printing. If you want to create your art prints in different sizes, make sure to create a different file for every size. For example, different file for A4 art print, different one for A3. It will give you all the control on resizing. You can resize the photo in the engine that you want to, and you won't be depending on the printer. Start with checking what resolution you need for your print. The standard for printing industry is 300 dpi, which means that there are gonna be 300 pixels in every inch on the print. It will give you a very nice, sharp results, nothing pixelated. You can go even higher to 600 dpi, but don't go any lower than 300. 72 dpi is for basically only for web display. For example, if we want to make our prints in A3 size, which is 42 by 29.7 centimeters, the resolution of the file in 300 dpi should be 3508 pixels by 4960 pixels. I use Adobe Photoshop to create my files, but I'm sure that you can use the techniques that I'm showing in any software of your choice. First, I open my file. I'm cropping the photo so I only have the painting left. If needed, you can now rotate it, straighten it, and reduce any lens distortion that might have occurred. Then I correct the color balance and brightness to match as close as possible to the real painting. This part is tricky as each screen shows colors differently, and it will require multiple tries and test prints to get the colors right. After a while, when you know your screen, you may be able to set it properly the first time. If there are any mistakes in the artwork, you can now correct them, like see-through pencil marks, some paint bleeds, or anything you need. Once it's all ready, it's time to create a file with a proper size. I first create a new canvas, A3 with a 300 dpi resolution. I then move my layer with the photo to the new canvas, and as needed, I'm going to resize it. I set the colors to RGB mode as I print my art prints on home printer, which works better with RGB colors. Photoshop has a very great engine for resizing images. I really recommend using a software that also has a great engine for this purpose, because you can really lose a lot of details both while enlarging and reducing the size of your files. Anyway, try not to resize the photos too much, because you may end up with very weird results. Okay, so once we have all our files ready, it's time to print. For smaller art prints, you can print at home. Make sure you have a good quality printer. I personally use Canon Pixma IX6850. It's already a few years old, but it works great. It gives me very nice, bright, saturated prints. Not sure if it's still available because, like I said, I've already have it for a few years, but make sure to find a good quality printer. The most important here is the paper. You need to check with which paper your printer is going to work the best. I had a lot of trouble as most papers wouldn't give me enough saturation on my prints. At least I found these two and I'm quite happy with the results. All bigger prints like B2 size or B1, I print in a local print shop. There is a lot to consider here, whether to print in CMYK or RGB mode, on photographic or art paper, or even if to create fine art prints. All of these options are different in prices and results, so it's best to just check a couple of options that your local printers offer and find the best quality for your budget. Wherever you print, make sure to send them a file that is already created in a size you want to print and the best quality possible. And voila! Our art print is ready to go to its new home.